We're joined now by Tina Griffin, our counterculture mom. Thanks for joining us today, Tina.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Well, the theme continues, right? Joe Biden a little while ago said that transgender is the social justice issue of our time. Okay, something that affects less than 1% of the population is the big thing that everybody has to completely transform culture over. And so we now have a dad and boy who thinks he's a girl creating underwear that will allow trans kids to hide their penises at that no one will notice them. Is that about where we sit right now?
That's about it. And thank you for using those choice words because I really don't want to say them on air because it's that ridiculous. When I see stories like this form-fitting bikini bottom to have a young boy who's 11 years old who thinks he wants to be a girl, hormones are still going nuts. He still isn't his identity as far as bodily functions and parts aren't even fully developed at this point. To create a bikini bottom to hide his soon-to-be manhood drives me nuts. And it really comes down to this. All these stories have a theme for me. It's the parents that want to get the attention and make the dollars. I'm just calling it out the way I see it. I mean, there could be another reason they're doing this, but it's not for safety and concern of his 11-year-old son. It is really dollars and marketing ploy. And it really is basically saying, regardless if he believes in the Lord or not, that God messed up in designing his son the way he's been designed. And that literally is giving him a birth assignment, a gender assignment as a boy. So it's a very dangerous situation we're looking at. Yes, I can see how parents would think this is child abuse, but I would highly, highly suggest to not engage in this type of stuff and talk to your kids about what's going on.
You know, it's only a few years, Tina, just a few short years ago that we were arguing that young girls who were going to this extent to alter their body were young girls who had serious body image problems. We had to help them. Girls who were so embarrassed by their breasts that they would literally choke them down with clothing choices, or women who felt the need to try to hide their curves. We called that what it was. It was a neurosis. It's something that had to be dealt with. It was a body image thing. Now, along come some trans activists, and all of a sudden everything is pivoted, and we're going out of our way to make young boys and girls completely changing. It's got to be very harmful for their own body images. It just has to be.
It is. And the thing that I witnessed too is I watched this clip a couple times and we have it. It's going to be on your website. It'll be on our app, Counterculture Mom app, and embedded in our alert pop culture section, you're going to see the video. The video, if you watch it closely, it's like a minute and a half. That kid is reading off cue cards. So the kid doesn't even believe what he's actually saying himself and is being forced to say a certain thing, hold up the bikini bottom, show how it hides his man parts. This kid doesn't even realize what he's even saying. So he's being coerced, literally, I could tell from looking at it, on what he's doing. And he's in third grade. He's 9 years old. And his dad decides to start transitioning him, 2 years ago now into becoming a girl. So at 9 years old, my kids are playing with Barbies and hanging out with their friends and jump rope.
Let's take a look at this video. People can decide for themselves. I mean, you could debate whether or not the kid is completely complicit in wanting this or is being used. I think those are both positions that we can see possibly here. But whatever's going on here, I mean, this is like you said before, if you haven't even hit puberty yet, if the young body has not had a chance to become what it is going to become until you inhibit it, why would you make these kinds of decisions? Go ahead and roll the tape, Mike.
I'm Ruby, and I'm here to talk to you about the Ruby Shaping Bikini Bottoms. My dad and I designed it to help trans girls and non-binary kids like me feel comfortable swimming and doing other activities that they love. We wanted to design a bikini bottom that looks like a nice normal bottom but is designed just for kids. I'm holding in my hand a size 10. As you can see, it is a super high quality bikini. The outside is made of a shaping spandex, and the inside there are 2 layers of mesh that keep everything in place. No need for tucking or large padding in the front. I love wearing it to the beach or pool and often wear it under my leggings. Let's get kids like me back to doing the things that we love.
It's shocking. And the crazy thing for me is I would first look at what type of entertainment is going into this young boy's head. young boy's head. What messages is he getting that he thinks that he wants to transition into a girl? First, look at the problem. The problem is he thinks he's the opposite of what he was actually born to be created to be. So let's look at what's going in his mind to warp that. The one quick thing, Dr. Duke, I do want to push and help you out here with the science behind it, and you totally relate to this, is the suicide rate for trans kids is much higher than non-trans kids. And it's not because of bullying. I've read a lot of studies on that. It's because they're trying to find their identity in false narratives. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, teen suicide has been on the rise for the last decade. It's the second leading cause of death in this age group. And in a recent study, University of Pittsburgh researchers analyzed data from an online survey of 2,000 14, 18-year-olds to explore the rates of suicidal ideation and attempts of transgender teens. Here's what's crazy. They found transgender adolescents had a higher rate of suicidal ideation, plans, attempts requiring medical care, all of it, also with non-suicidal self-injuries from the suicidality disparities between transgender and cisgender adolescents. So basically, higher suicide rate if you're trying to be the opposite sex than if you're not. So we have the Counterculture Mom app, and it has a premium section on it. You want to get that? It's $5 a month, and we are pumping out at least 4 to 5 alerts a day. This is just one of the 30 alerts we have in our Counterculture Mom app. Download it, notifies you right in the palm of your hand to put power back in your hands, to know what's coming out ahead of time, to have those talking points ready with your kids.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Most of you know our show is being censored by big tech.
While this makes it harder to meet the cost of producing the show, that's part of it. It also demonstrates that we must be having tremendous success, or they wouldn't bother to try to shut us down.
If you like hearing truth and common sense with a love for freedom, please join the Patriot Club with a one-time $99 tax-deductible donation. And you'll get this sweet vessel of joy as part of a thank you for joining the Patriot Club.
Etched with the American flag and the words freedom never tasted so good.
All you have to do is visit patriotclub.us and become a Patriot member today.
That's patriotclub.us. Thank you and God bless.